So, you want to build a market strategy that actually works, one that really wins. Today, we're going to break down a super powerful framework that does just that. We're going to map out a clear, step-by-step model that takes you from pure analysis to real-world action, and then turns that action into success that lasts. Let's jump right in. Okay, this diagram right here, this is our blueprint for this entire explainer. You can see how it all flows so logically. We start over on the right with some deep analysis, some real homework. That information then fuels the big strategic questions right in the middle. Once you have those answers, you've got the power to build your actual offer on the left, which then feeds into this non-stop cycle of growth. We're going to break down every single piece of this. So here's the game plan. First, we'll scout the terrain using what's called the 5 C's. Then we'll use all that intel to figure out our core value. From there, it's time to actually build our offer with the 4 P's. And finally, we'll get into the really important part, how to make that success stick around for the long haul. Look, before you can even think about drawing a map, you have to survey the land, right? Every single winning strategy is built on a deep, deep understanding of the terrain, not on guesswork. And that essential scouting mission, well, that's what we call the 5 C's. Think of this part like you're an architect. Before you even sketch out a blueprint, you have to do a survey. You need to understand the landscape, the environment, who all the key players are, all of that, before you can make a single strategic move. And this process, wow, it really covers all your bases. You start broad with context, just getting the lay of the land. Then you zoom right in on your clients. I mean, who are they and what do they really want? From there, you got to look in the mirror at your own company's capabilities, then turn your focus outwards to your competitors. Where are they weak? And finally, you analyze your collaborators, your sales teams, your distributors, because let's be real, you can't win without them. Okay, so you've done the homework. You've got all this rich data from your 5C analysis. Guess what? We're not guessing anymore. We're ready to shift from research into actual strategy. And that whole process starts by asking 3, honestly fundamental questions. And the best part is, the answers are now staring right at us from all that research. Now, this might sound simple, but the 5C analysis forces you to go deeper. For instance, are you just selling coffee, or are you really in the business of creating a third place for people? That spot between home and work? Your research on clients, context, and competitors, that's what reveals the true answer. And this next question flows right from the last one. If you're in that third place business, the value you're creating isn't just a hot drink. No way. It's comfort, it's community, maybe it's a quiet, productive workspace. Your analysis is what uncovers the real value your customers are actually looking for. So, once you know what business you're in and you know the value you create, this last question flips the switch from strategy to action. How do you position your company to actually capture that value? Well, the answer to that lies in the 4 P's. This is the fun part. This is where your big strategy becomes something tangible, something real. The 4 P's are the classic, time-tested tools you're going to use to take your core value proposition and deliver it straight into the hands of your target customers. To put it simply, if that last section was all about the what and the why, well, this section is all about the how. These are the actual levers you get to pull to make your plan happen in the real world. So here are the 4 levers, and listen, they have to work in perfect harmony. Just think about a luxury watch, for example. The product is all about that high-quality craftsmanship. The price is, of course, premium. The promotion you'll see in exclusive magazines. And the place, a high-end boutique. You see? Every single P reinforces the others to deliver this one coherent message. Awesome. You've launched. You're out there in the market. But guess what? The work isn't over. Not even close. In fact, it's really just beginning. This last phase is all about how you turn a successful launch into a business that's built to last. This is the million-dollar question for longevity, isn't it? Markets are always changing, customers evolve, and your competitors are definitely going to react. A static strategy is a dead strategy. So how do we build a system that can adapt and actually thrive over time? Well, the answer is a continuous cycle, a loop. It starts with development. You're always evolving your product based on what customers are telling you. This feeds directly into acquisition because, hey, better products attract new people. And crucially, it all supports retention because the ultimate goal isn't just to win a customer once, but to create a real lasting relationship that keeps them coming back again and again. And so, here we are, right back at our roadmap. But now you can see it for what it really is. It's not a straight line. It's a dynamic engine. You analyze with the 5 C's, you strategize with those 3 core questions, you execute with the 4 P's, and then You feed everything you learn right back into the system through development, acquisition, and retention. It just never stops. And that leaves us with one final thought. What this model really shows us is that the best, most successful strategies, they're not static documents that just sit on a shelf and collect dust. No, they are active, evolving processes of listening, creating, and adapting. So the real question you have to ask yourself is, are you building a blueprint or are you cultivating a living, breathing system?